Oh, this nigga checking in. Yup, I check in everywhere I go. Everywhere I go, I call somebody from the place I'm going that I know and check in. I want to come home to my family, and I love my life. Oh, you 44 years old? Yeah, I'm checking in. I'm checking in with my people out of respect. And I feel Allah, and that's it. But everywhere I go, I don't mind checking in. Youngsters, pay attention, bro. You ain't got to be soft or anything, bro. There's nothing wrong with showing respect when you're in somebody else's city or state.
Nothing wrong with if I was showing respect when I'm going into every city. I can't visit every house, so So before even Hassan responds to this, what I'm thinking is I get it to some degree. If I go somewhere, I try to be respectful everywhere I go. That's just what I bring with me when I travel. Period. But if I have to go here and like when you travel to another country, you have to pass, show your passport. You checking in at the airport. That's where you land. And then when you go into wherever you go, you abide by the rules. You go to the attractions. You go see whatever you got to go see. To me, to some degree, by putting yourself there, you're being extorted. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you see it differently. But I think you're being extorted if you got to go check in. Check in like a hotel you check into. When I go, I check into the hotel, and then I check out, and then I go to the airport. I check into the airport. I fly out, and I check out when I take my luggage.
I always check in because I know real ones everywhere, and it makes me feel safe. I care about my life, and I'm coming home to my kids and my family. Bet that.
Now, I mean, before you even say anything, you say you fear no man, and I get it, and I understand, but that sounds to me like there's a fear degree, and I get it. You want to go home to your family. I get that, but go ahead, Haas, you do it. I want to hear this.
Take the what and leave the what? He feared nobody. So
he literally started on the point I just started. So I'm watching this in live time. I haven't seen this yet. So sounds like Haas is kind of gonna go where I just said in terms of you don't fear nobody, but you checking in with people. And if God got you, God got you. And there's a degree of I understand it. We're humans walking on this planet. There's certain laws we gotta abide by in territory. But you're talking to somebody who's traveled to over 30 countries, all over the U.S. I check in at the airport, in the hotel, and then I go wherever the fuck I want to go, and I'm as respectful as I possibly can be. Now, anything can happen anytime, anywhere. I try to carry respect, period. That's all you can do, and be ready to protect yours the best way you possibly can.
Riddle me this. Who do we check in with?
That was I have to go to every house. I mean, I'm the kind of person, I wouldn't mind going to every avenue, saying what's up. If there's a parade for me, if there's a group of people, say what's up, check in, hey. You know what I'm saying? But
that's the question. Huh? Do we go to LA and check in with the gangbangers that's on the government watch list? We as civilians or artists, singers, rappers, YouTubers, whatever you are, when you go to Chicago or LA, who do you check in with?
Right.
Do you check in with criminals? Huh? Who do you check in with?
Right.
Check in. You don't check in. See, the check-in thing, I'm going to make this clear to y'all. I want y'all to understand. Their version of checking in is extortion.
So, again, it sounds like to me my talking points initially out the gate is identical to what Haas is saying. I agree.
That word is extortion. The reason why you keep seeing these artists drop like that in Chicago, in LA rather, is because they want you under the umbrella of extortion. See, when I go places, or rather when white people go places, they don't have to check in. They don't live like this. They're not being extorted. They're not being robbed like mean, I'm not going to say that everybody don't get robbed and everybody can't get robbed, but they don't check in. I've never checked in with anybody going on vacation.
Thank you.
I just know when I go certain places, they tell you stay out of certain areas. If you're a tourist, stay in the tourist area.
So that's something I violated. So I guess in the future, if I'm gonna leave the tourist area, which is every single time I travel, I'm not staying in one area. Maybe I need to learn that. Check in. I feel as though if I want to go somewhere, I want to go somewhere, and there's repercussions and consequences to anything you do at any given time. So I just try to carry myself respectfully. Also understand people are starving. When I get a chance, I try to feed. I don't have a lot, but whenever I got, I try to feed. So if I got some in my pocket, I'll give you. I'm not gonna try to sound like I'm shining myself up, but I was in a country one time that was historically poverty stricken. Someone's asking me for something, I gave him something. Somebody else came, gave him something. I'm with somebody. He came up to me. He's like, yo, if you give somebody something, they're gonna keep asking. I'm like, it's $2 for me. It's $20 for them. I'll do that all day. If you want $2 and I see you got no shoes on, I'll give you $2. To me, instead of going to look at the tourist attractions, I'm not gonna call that a tourist attractions, but I'd rather be around the people. And if I could help them a little bit, boom, that's it. I feel like that's what we're here for. We're here to give good karma in any way we can. We ain't perfect. We done fucked up. We done did some shit. But if that's what it is, that's what it is. And people look at you like you crazy. How you gonna do that? Like, I hear what you're saying, and I'm trying to be rational, and I try to keep a logical mind. And I know it doesn't work. Some people are gonna be people. They're gonna take advantage of you, especially people of color, especially poor people. Let me just not say that. When you're in an environment when you're poor, you're trying to get as much as you can. I get it, but I've been there. So when a certain level of game is being ran, they're like, "Can I get $2?" I give them $2. Can I get another? I'm like, "Give me that back." Now here, take one. You know what I'm saying? Like now we in a different round. Oh no, I'm sorry. Okay, here's the $2 you asked for. At that point, courtesy, kindness is thank you. I appreciate it. I was in the country, I gave a dude some money. Somebody was like, yo, he said he wanted food. He ain't gonna buy food with that. And I was like, part of my brain said, okay, possibly, but that's not my prerogative. The guy went to a store, came out with a bag of rice and like 2 things of bread and like something else. I looked at him like, you probably was right, but look, he bought the bread. I think a lot of times people want to justify the fact that they don't want to give or don't want to feel whatever they want to feel. So now they look at you like, how could you do that? And I think a lot of times, I'm not saying I'm shining, but my heroes have taught me that. When I look at the people I admire, one of my major rules in life is to make my mentors and teachers proud. Most of them are dead and gone. But in their memory, I want to honor them. And you do shit like that, as far as I'm concerned.
So I'm supposed to get on my phone, right? And call dudes up in California that's total strangers. I don't know nobody out there really like that. So I'm supposed to call you on the phone and say, hey, Mr. Gangbanger, my name is Hassan Campbell, and I'm just letting you know I'll be in your town. What?
It sounds like you're putting yourself on Front Street. That's the first thing I thought. I don't know you like that. You got no connections to me. And I just gave you an opportunity to say, oh, I know where he's going to be at. Let's go visit him.
Do you hear how dumb that sounds?
If I'm knowing I'm walking in the area where there's a lot of bees, I'm not going to dip my foot in honey.
So, I mean, I remember, matter of fact, I'm not going to go into nobody's personal business, but most people don't even want their family to know when they're going on vacation because they don't want people to know that their home is empty.
That's a fact.
So you might not find out they're on vacation till they get back. Like, I ain't seen them in a couple of days because they don't want nobody in their business. So I'm supposed to call somebody in Los Angeles, tell them, hey, I'm in your town, so that they could call somebody back in my town and have somebody kicking my door because they know I'm not home and I'm hanging out with them in another town. No, I'm not checking in. Mm-hmm. Absolutely not. Mm-hmm. Absolutely not. Mm-hmm. This is not the game we're going to play. So I'm going to go out to Los Angeles and have criminals protect me. And I'm supposed to trust gangbangers that backdoor each other to protect me. That's what I'm supposed to. Who we checking into?
So again, and this is why I watch Haas, because a lot of the things I agree with him. I think he comes from a genuine common sense street perspective. Like, I agree. I'm not this super hardcore dude I've had my run-ins. I made my mistakes mainly because I didn't have a father figure in my life. I'm not making excuses. I'm just stating it. I was just the kind of dude who really needed guidance, like most young people do. And I was a smart person. Still, I like to think I'm somewhat of a smart person. A lot of my mistakes were made simply because I had nobody to really influence me in a positive way. And the ones I did, I didn't know like that. Some dudes from church here and there, but and then you find out later other things. It's just like, right?
On Satan's grounds, where all the fallen stars is on the floor, huh? Who are we checking into in Satan's house with Satan's army, huh? Which one of Satan's lieutenants are we checking into? The same ones that backdoor Nipsey Hussle, or the same set that backdoor Pop Smoke? Inquiring minds want to know. Check in with who? Check in with who?
Facts.
If I got people in the town, I'm gonna hit them up because I love them.
Facts.
Do a drive-by, stop by, get something to eat at their crib. Show them some love, they show me some love. But outside of that, explain to me how is checking in going to keep me alive? Who's going to protect me?
Yeah, honestly, I always seen it that way. When somebody tells me they're checking in, to me, they're respecting their affiliation. And typically that means gang culture and gang association. I'm not mad at you. No problem. But I don't know when a cop on vacation who's in New York and goes to California and say, I'm going to go check in. Go stop at the precinct and just say, what's up? Maybe if they knew somebody, right? But to me, when I hear that, I automatically think extortion, you under control, somebody got you on the thumb. Somebody intimidated you. And I'm not taking anything away from you because we're all human beings. Somebody got you in a position where you feel like you got to do certain things and pay them and give them favors and then show love to, look, been there, trying to show love to homeboys, trying to be super supportive, all that shit, that turns into exploitation. People use you for that. So you know what? Pac said it best. Stay to yourself. That clicking up, stay to yourself. I learned from them. I'm like, stay dolo.
From the same gangbangers that's killing each other. Huh? Check in. It's another word for extortion. Check in is checking in is for when these agents of Satan, right? The children of Satan, when they want to sit up there pulling up a Pop Smoke, if they want to turn the nigga TV off, if they want to pulling up a Nipsey Hussle, they already know where you at.
So I'm gonna stop right there because I think he's gonna pretty much stay on that same wave, and I agree. Try to stay away from a certain lifestyle so you don't have to abide by certain codes, certain rules. There's nothing wrong with the old school style of family first. Take care of your blood relatives, the ones you love who love you back, because a lot of blood relatives, it's not the same. You stick with that. You be respectful. I've been all over the planet, been in countries and hoods and places I shouldn't have been by myself. And I've had some close calls, okay? Specifically in certain countries, Dominican Republic, you know what I'm saying? Dubai, it happens. Even in London, you know what I'm saying? But I took that, I understood that to a degree. And I came out fine, unscathed, no real problems. Multiple countries, multiple states. Because I'm not trying to go into Paris and say, let me check in with this group of, like he just said, criminals, a group of people I don't really know. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is.